So an update on this 9,000 BTU heat pump. So as you know from the previous videos, and if anybody's catching this first time, I just painted all the panels so they match the white roof. That was a custom thing. The whole front panels, the back grille, everything's going to be white. Even the blade is white. But since this is going to go in an area where there's salt water and a little salt mist in the air and a hit with fog that contains salt, you've ever seen the units where if you're the technician sent out to look for a leak and it has a problem, you usually find the leaks occur between the copper and the zinc. This is a zinc plated steel, so you have steel, zinc, copper, so you have disc-like metals, and then you throw salt with water from salt water and you get that galvanic action going on, electrolysis going on, and that's where you usually find your leaks, right at the bends where it's one metal to another metal, whether it's the aluminum after the coating wears away after a decade or so, or on the steel. We always see these rot out and then start to leak right at the bends or right in the crease of the corner, or even worse yet, or harder to repair, is when it's on the back side in the film, right back here behind the first blade is where you always get the leak. So that'll be the one that gets epoxy coated. You always see these rot out when you're in heavy salt water area after 10 or 15 years. These units should last 20 or 30 years, okay? They should not rot away or leak or anything like that within 10 or 15 years. If a unit leaks in 10 or 15 years, there's a huge problem. There's a reason why. And it's usually wrong application, not the right coating on the system for the application it's put in. But these usually rot out. You see where the screws go through, they usually rust out there. Where they punch holes through them, and if they don't, they punch through. This was zinc coated, the hole was punched later. You'll see them rot away right there. Where the compressor has the bolts going through the bottom tray, because this is only a light zinc coating on here, and it's really light. And this, in the winter time, when this condensates from being a heater and this part gets cold and becomes the evaporator and it leaks down, this all fills up with water and it leaks down. And if you're in a salty area, this is where you see the legs, right where the rivets go through, they rust off. And the closer you are to the ocean, the worse this gets. So this is ZRC. This is one of many industrial companies that make real zinc coating. This is a heavy boy, okay? The net weight of the components, they say 24 pounds. It's actually a little more than that. This is nearly pure zinc. This is 95% pure zinc powder. So here's our scale. That's the weight, Bluetooth. So now I'm going to put it down, set it on the scale. 25 pounds, 3.6 ounces. And that's for the US guys, and for the rest of the world who knows what they're doing and how to do math correctly, we go to the good old system of the metric, because metric is a hell of a lot better than our dumbass English standards. 11 kilos, 440 grams. So this is a product, this is all going to come apart, and this whole bottom tray is going to get coated where the bolt holes go through. Everything's going to get coated in this zinc compound. And you guys can go on the internet and look this product up and read about it. Now there's some special precautions about zinc. I'm not going to teach painting here. You don't have to coat over this. This can go as a coating, especially if it's not going to see any abrasion. It's not going to be exposed to the atmosphere. It's going to be on the inside because this is all going to be covered. But it even extends the life longer when you put either a epoxy coating over it or a polyurethane coating. Of course, 2-part polyurethane is better than single-part polyurethane, but I'm not teaching painting here. Do not put alkaloid oil-based paints over zinc. It will fail. The paint will fail later on, but you have to read about that. I'm not going to teach about that. But this is the product, and I will probably show the application. I'll do a video. You're not going to pick this up at your Home Depot, your Lowe's, or your True Value, or any of your local warehouses. This is a commercial industrial product. You can get some of these products or similar like products. I'm not sure if you could get this exact same one from places like West Marin. It's a marine distributor of marine products for in the ocean, for anybody in saltwater, heavy ships and stuff like that. They use this kind of stuff on ships. Stuff that's going to be soaking in salt water, going out to sea. This is what kind. This is way above your Rust-Oleum. This is much better than anything. Rust-Oleum doesn't have such a product. Well, they do have one commercial product, and it's also in the industrial category that you have to buy through them. It's not going to be carried on anyone's shelf. That's it on this. For the geeks who really like to know about stuff, you could go to the company website and you can pull down the data sheet on how to apply this and what kind of coatings not to put on it and what they recommend to put on it, because I'm not going to do a tutorial about that part. If you buy a product and you don't know how to use it, don't buy it and don't use it unless you read. Alright guys, I'll see you later.